Good morning, everyone. And the other side. And reverse. And shoe circles. And reverse. And ping circles. And reverse. And reverse. And block. Okay, you can put away your sticks. Head turns. And center and right ear up. And relax and left ear up. And relax and right ear again. And relax and left ear again. And relax back to center. Cross the hands on the chest. Raise the chin. And relax. Drop the chin to the chest. Tuck it in and raise the back of the neck. And relax. Cross the hands on the chest again. Raise the chin. And relax. Drop the chin to the chest. Tuck it in and raise the back of the neck. And relax back to center. Head rolls. And down to center and reverse. And down to center and back up. Forward spinal wave. And reverse. And good. The qua. And reverse. And good. And reverse. And good. The windmill. And good. And the other side. And center. And good. And squats, starting on the left leg. And then the right leg. And the left leg again. And the right leg again. And prayer position. Okay, hands on the knees, up slowly. Keep your head down a moment. Okay, we're going to do a new move today. We're going to start with this, all right? Both hands just go clockwise in circles. All right? Or you can go counterclockwise. These are part of the arm reels, which we really don't do very much, but we should someday. However, There is another series, right, or another move in this series that starts like this. Spread your hands out, right? Both hands are going to go clockwise. Now it makes a figure 8. Fine. Or both hands could go counterclockwise. Now that basic kind of move, that figure 8, right, shows up everywhere in silk reeling and in the Tai Chi forms. So for instance, if we were doing the move called Golden Rooster, it would look like this. But that's not the move we're going to do today. The move we're going to do today, I call diagonal reels. Now, this move, if you do it low, which I'll sort of half demonstrate, it'll give you a real workout. But you can do it high. Just get the right body structure when you do this. All right. The same figure 8. I call it diagonal reel because you're moving on this diagonal here. Fine, or the other side. All right, it's just like this. All right, only you're down a little lower. So, to get this move, you can do this move high. You can do it really low. if you're 18 years old, all right, you do it like this. However, we're not going to do it that low. Do it moderately. Let me show you what you're doing, and then talk about how you have to structure your body to do this correctly. And I'm going to put my magic symbols on here. Okay, so what you're doing is a joint lock, and it's a forward joint lock. If you've been doing any of the Tai Chi, you will recognize this. I'm going to demonstrate this on Annie very, very lightly, and then we're going to talk about what it is you do down here, because that's the important part. So suppose Annie and I are, let's see, how can we do this? Let's do it around this way instead. All right. So Annie and I are sparring, right? And she has a hand that comes up like this, right? And I grab her hand, and I'm going to go like this. That's the move we're doing. All right? This hand is twisting this way. The other hand is going just the opposite. Do you all remember the days, Jim, you'll remember this. Kevin, you probably will too. When washers and dryers did not have automatic locks on them. All right, so our washer and dryer in here, once you start it, you can't open the lid again. It's automatically locked. You have to stop the machine and it stops rotating, and then you can open the lid. And why did they do that? Because people would open the lids and they'd stick their hands in there to grab something, and of course it would break their arm. All right? That whirling motion like that is very dangerous. That's exactly what you're doing. When you grab someone, what you're doing is you are not pushing your energy into them. You're drawing them into your energy, and this is your washing machine. You draw them into that washing machine, and their arm's going to get stuck in there, and they're just going to go like that. All right, so what does that mean for this when you do this? Well, you can think of the Danshin as the whole abdominal area here, and you can turn it. You can actually turn it in any direction, but let's keep it really simple, right? You could turn it this way, or you could turn it this way, right? Now, when you do this exercise, you have to get it the right way. You don't come over the top like this. What you do is you go underneath like this. So you're turning from the right to the left, under. And your right hand needs to follow that flow. Underneath your Danshin. While the other hand is going over your Danshin. So your right hand is, when we're doing it to the left, your right hand is going under, your left hand is coming above. And then you switch and you do it again, and again, and again. The movement of the Danshin positions you. Closing the left qua actually locks the lock. Watch the red here. It's when you circle, position, and then close. That's the exercise. Your hands are just sort of surfing on top of this inner wave. So what you're practicing is the inner wave. Now you can practice this high. If you happen to have a broken ankle with steel in it, right? You can practice this high. What's important is you just get the body mechanics down, right? Or you can, if you want a little more exercise, you can practice it a little lower. Position, close. Position, close. And notice this hand is going under the Danshin, right? This hand is coming above the Danshin. Make sense?
Yeah. You can feel it.
And you can feel it, all right? Now, if Master Zhang did that move to you, you would be on the ground in a second. Either that or your arm's going to be broken, all right? On the other side, same thing, only the other way. Now the left hand comes under, the right hand goes above. Left hand under, right hand above, and the blue qua, the right qua closes. Okay, you should do this lightly until you get used to it. So do it lightly for a couple of weeks until you kind of get the rhythm down. And even then, it's a little challenging. So some of these silk reeling moves, and this is one, are a little physically challenging. They're meant to be physically challenging. These are the warm-up drills for Chen style Tai Chi and Hunyan Tai Chi. But take it easy as you go into it. Okay? Let's do a set of them. All right, first on the left. Now I said you close the right quad, that's true. But as you close, in this case the red quad, have your mind go all the way down to the bottom of your left foot. Can you tell the difference?
Yeah.
And the other side. All the way to the bottom of the right foot. Okay, one last thought. As with every single exercise, you're always going to be going in the exercise, as you cycle through it, you're going to be going between the Dantian and the Tanzhong. When we do this exercise, can you feel inside, as it just follows your natural movement, can you just feel where that is? Where am I right now? Right? I'm in the Mingmen. I'm down in my lower back. Where am I right now? Tanzhong, center chest. Lower back, center chest. Lower back, center chest. All right? Close, open, close, open, close, open. Sorry, I moved the camera. All right. This is a nice little bench vise. Kevin, would you stick your finger in there? Would you stick your finger in there and let me just sort of tighten this down on your finger?
Oh, whatever you say, of course.
Okay, good. That's exactly how this works. All right? You open the jaws of the vice. Now you close the jaws of the vice. Open, close, open, close. And you can feel, if you just relax and let your body do this motion, every joint in the body is either opening or closing. It's not just one part of your body. Your whole body's opening. Now your whole body's closing, every joint. That's what makes it so powerful. And then if you have a little weight behind it, it's very difficult to deal with. This also what makes it such a good exercise. This is many of the exercises we've done so far have been rather gentle. This one's a little more vigorous. All right? There are half a dozen quite vigorous exercises in the series. So we'll add them in over time as we go along. Okay, guys. All right. Let's finish up. and touch the earth. And close your pores. Salute our masters. And salute your classmates. Thank you, everyone. Guys, we will see you tomorrow. Ciao.
I have a quick comment.
Yes.
I find it's very helpful to to feel and think about how busy the feet are in all these exercises. They're not just holding you up. They're constantly
They're active.
very active. Yeah.
They're really active. You know, there was something I was going to say the other day, and I didn't, but I'll say it. And Kevin will be the only person now who knows, and Annie. When you do the three Taiji Qigongs between every exercise, it's perfectly fine to do it with the feet flat on the ground. But you can also rise up on the balls of your feet.
Right.
That being conscious of your feet and working with your feet, Kevin, in Chinese is called tiger paws. They're like the paws of a tiger, right? And you're working with them, and it's actually quite important. In
Yeah.
China, when they do Tai Chi, they don't use these big rubber-soled shoes, or at least they didn't used to. They use very light cotton shoes. They're cotton toes and they're cotton shoes. They only last for a few months, and then you got to buy another pair, right? But they really let you flex your feet, not just your toes, but your heels, so you're flexing and working on the ground all the time.
Yeah,
And
they're constantly moving and equalizing and
yes,
shifting. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
exactly right. And we actually miss a little bit of that, and I miss a little of that because I'm sort of just used to my big rubber shoes, but they're actually, it's not the best way to do it. The
Yeah.
best way to do it is barefoot or in cotton shoes.
See, death starts in the feet.
And Annie says, death starts in the feet, so we've got to keep our feet alive.
Yeah, because they're
Yeah.
holding everything up. Okay, great.
All right. See you tomorrow.